Please stand for the presentation of colors by Campo Verde's Color Guard, followed by Campo Verde's advanced vocal singing the national anthem. Please remain standing until the Color Guard returns to their seat.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Shoshaloza, Ekulez and Toba. Shoshaloza, Ekulez and Toba. When you yamaleka, Ekulez and Toba. When you yamaleka, Ekulez and Toba. Shoshaloza.
Band and choir seniors, please return to your seats, and thank you for your performance tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, esteemed faculty members, proud parents, and most importantly, the 2024 graduating class of Campo Verde High School. My name is Hannah Bates, and I had the honor to be this year's student body president. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives, a moment filled with bittersweet emotions and reflections on the incredible journey we have embarked on so far. As we gather here today to celebrate many achievements, we are simply reminded of the countless hours of hard work, dedication, tears, and perseverance that has brought each and every one of us to this pivotal moment in our lives. Everyone seated here today is a true testament of what the core values here at Campo Verde High School represent. Community, value, honor, and scholarship are all things that have been an essential part of what make Campo Verde have such an impact. As a class, we represented these values in more ways than one can count. If there's one thing Campo Verde has taught me, it is that no one ever has to stand alone. From freshman year on the hybrid schedule to now on the verge of receiving a diploma, I could not be more proud of the relationship and community that the Campo Verde family has provided each and every one of us. From the late night test cramming to the early morning wake-up calls, from the moments of victory to the challenges that followed us along, we have all been able to show remarkable courage and resolve in the face of adversity. Soon, a new chapter will begin, a new season unlocked. Different trials and triumphs will be placed before us. As we prepare to bid farewell to the familiar faces and hallways of Campo and step foot into the unknown of the future, remember to carry within you community, value, honor, and scholarship. Cherish the memories that have been created here, hold on to the lessons that have been learned, and forever let the relationships that have been formed be a source of support throughout life. As our high school journey comes to an end, let's not forget to celebrate the new beginning. Let's honor the hard work and dedication that brought us all here today and look forward to the countless opportunities and adventures that await us in the days to come. And as we take our first steps into the real world, know that each and every one of us carries hopes and dreams and aspirations of not only ourselves, but also those of the people who supported us along the way. Take a look around, take a deep breath in, cherish this moment in the way you're feeling forever. This is it. We made it. Congratulations, class of 2024. Always remember that no matter where life takes you, you will forever be a part of a legacy of excellence that defines this school and the incredible individuals who call it home. I would like to now welcome our student body historian, Emerson Reed, to present our senior class motto.
Good evening, students, families, teachers, staff. I am Emerson Reed, and I am so honored to be able to stand before you today during the final chapter of the class of 2024 story at Campo Verde High School. To my seniors, congratulations. We did it. I would like to share with all of you our class motto. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it. Ferris Bueller. My parents weren't kidding when they told me that the days go by slowly, yet the years go by quickly. It feels like only yesterday we were awkward freshmen trying to balance entering the scary world of high school with the severity of a pandemic. Looking back now, I remember thinking that I couldn't wait for freshman year to be over so I could experience real high school, like the ones that I saw in the movies. Then, sophomore year began. We were able to enjoy things that we missed out on during our freshman year. We went to our first ever football game and our first ever high school dance. However, I remember thinking that I couldn't wait to get my license. To have that freedom to be able to go wherever we wanted without having our parents drop us off was such an exciting development. As someone born in April, I waited until the end of sophomore year for the opportunity to get behind the wheel. Then, junior year began. We were plagued by the ACT and the SAT. Questions of, where do you want to go to college and what do you want to do with your life began to frequent the dinner table. The load of schoolwork became heavier and the pressure of adult responsibility became more prominent. I remember thinking that I couldn't wait for breaks and weekends, praying for some relief from the seemingly endless tests and schoolwork. Then, senior year began. We had made it. We made it to the final stretch of our high school road. For many of us, that meant release hours and lighter classes. It meant college commitments and having more time to focus on our passions, whether that be an instrument or a sport or even a job. However, unlike every other year of high school, which were riddled with I can't waits, I remember thinking on that first day of school last July, I wish time would slow down. I can't wait is often a phrase heard from all of us. I can't wait for this class to be over. I can't wait to go home. I can't wait for summer. I can't wait to graduate. There are thousands of variations of this phrase that have fallen from our lips over the past 4 years, leading up to this very moment. The days were slow, but those days, even the repetitive ones, made up years that seemed to have gone by in the blink of an eye. Years full of core memories, growth, accomplishments, and hard work. Now, we find ourselves momentarily paused between I can't wait and I wish time would slow down. In this moment, we are able to savor the sweet taste of nostalgia, mourn our childhood, which has come to an end, and reflect on the past 4 years, which have undoubtedly shaped us into who we are today. However, in this moment, we are also able to look with bright eyes toward our future, which I'm confident is laced with success for all of us. After today, we will all go our separate ways. High school will become a memory as we march on to make our impact in the world. But today isn't over yet. So let's all take a moment and recognize that, as Ferris Bueller said, life truly is a blessing that moves pretty fast. Don't waste this breath on an I can't wait, and instead choose to slow down, look around at the people who have been with you through it all, and appreciate this moment before we miss it. I would now like to welcome our Student Body Community Service Officer, Mia Frank, to present our senior gift to the community.
What's up, Campo, and good evening, class of 2024. My name is Mia Frank, and I'm so excited for the opportunity I have to speak on our class gift. As a class, we have decided to add a new mural on the inside of our campus. This mural will include a painting of a tree with a heart labeled CV in the middle of its trunk. It will also be signed the class of 2024 and will include our class motto, which says, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it." Although the painting will be a great addition to the aesthetics of our campus, the gift is not about the mural itself, but about the meaning behind it. Our gift's purpose is made to represent connection and extension. A tree needs different resources to survive: soil, water, sun, nutrients. Each element that goes into nourishing our tree helps create roots, which represent our start. Each trial, burden, hardship, teacher, friend, parent, supporter, location, job, circumstance, and etc. has shaped us into our tree. Our tree represents the people we are and the people we will become. We are connected to each other through our experiences, and it is our duty to take what we've been through and extend the lessons learned here to our future lives. Each person we met and connected with has shaped the branches of our community tree. Trees do not just have one branch. Each branch or each person is essential to our tree. Everyone adds a unique perspective or view. Each person adds qualities and personality that shapes us into the strong tree that we have each contributed to creating. Our gift emphasizes our school motto, "Every person, every day," because it signifies that each member of our community has contributed to the betterment of our school and of our lives. At the very center of our tree is Campo Verde. At the very center of our tree are the values we have learned here: character, value, honor, and scholarship. The traits that we have learned throughout our education and our time here at Campo each contribute to the person we will become and when we leave here. Remember your core, remember your roots. A tree's life does not end when the tree dies. The seeds are blown away and planted elsewhere to start new trees, new connections. Our tree's life does not end when we leave Campo Verde. We extend our connection by applying the lessons learned here in high school. We reach out to the people who need it. In a year, we're all going to be in different places. The people you see every day will soon be scattered across the country. Cherish the moments you had here, and do not forget the connection you still have to the people in the stadium tonight. We are connected by our character and by the way we will work hard to apply ourselves after graduation. Wherever the future takes us, we will show that we still hold fast to our Campo Verde standards and not forget our roots. We plant our seeds and strengthen them. We will extend our branches out to those who need it to continue to progress and grow along with our trees. Whenever you see the mural, remember that each one of you is what makes the tree beautiful and strong. You can also remember that each one of you can start your own trees, your own connections. Class of 2024, I encourage you to think about this gift and the meaning behind it. Be proud of your achievements, use your roots to connect and lift others up. Nourish your tree and reach towards the future by surrounding yourself with good influences and positive goals. Spread your seeds, be proud of your branches, and connect to others. And as the Lorax once said, let it grow. Thank you. Please welcome Gyurge Rarianu, our student body parliamentarian, to introduce our award winners.
It is with great honor that I introduce to the class of 2024 our academic speakers and our 2 Coyote Excellence winners. These students represent our core values of community, value, honor, and scholarship. Our first speaker, Samantha Carrier, is a recipient of our Coyote Excellence Award, followed by Haley Hedrick, who represents Campo's academics. Last but not least, we'll have the honor of hearing from Olamo Joy Obanaya, who met the criteria of both the academic speech and is a recipient of the Coyote Excellence Award. Thank you.
Good evening, teachers and staff, parents, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2024. My name is Samantha Carrier, and I am honored to be speaking in front of you as one of the Coyote Excellence recipients. I would like to start by thanking all of the teachers, administrators, and staff here at Campo who work so hard to ensure students have the best high school experience. Thank you to Mr. Dumas, who sees, hears, and supports students always, and who I could not have written this speech without. Most people might think going to the principal's office is a bad thing, but I recently found myself waiting outside his door during my lunch hour so he could sign my yearbook. Thank you to my friends who have been by my side every step of the way these past 4 years. And most importantly, thank you to my parents who have always encouraged me to be the best version of myself. I'm so lucky to have your unwavering support in everything I do, and I'm forever grateful for the wisdom and guidance you've imparted on me. To be completely honest, I applied for Coyote Excellence not expecting to get it at all. After the excitement wore off, I realized I would have to write a speech. And soon after, I realized I have no idea how to write a speech. Not only is the idea of writing a speech daunting, but to try and reflect on our past 4 years at Campo, the good, the bad, and the ugly, seemed impossible to me. These past 4 years have been filled with challenges, successes, and even disappointments. But through it all, we've stuck together as one community. You've all had your own unique experience here at Campo, but I think one thing we've all felt is the community. Sure, I can say Campo has a great sense of community on campus, whether it's being involved in sports, clubs, or other activities, but I think it goes deeper than that. For me, community was hearing "Good morning, Sam" from Mr. Baker all the way across the courtyard. For me, community was sitting in Miss Singh's room with my friends during lunch. For me, community was being able to go to the dance room whenever I just needed a hug from Cook. For some of you, it may be someone else like Coach Cornell, Mr. Mack, and others. It's this community that encouraged me to even apply for this in the first place, because I never would have guessed I would be giving a speech. When I was young, I had a severe speech and language disorder. When I tested at the age of 2, I pronounced only 1 out of 20 words correctly, so I had nearly 0 expressive language. This made it very difficult for me to communicate with others for quite a while. I started speech services at the age of 3 and continued through 5th grade. This was a long journey, but I think the most important thing was having people to support me. I felt this support when I was young, and I've felt it even more here at Campo. Campo has given us a safe place to test the waters and push our limits, and that I am forever grateful for. From being on SRDC and in Biomed all 4 years, to running the Girls in STEM program just this year, plus being involved in Link Crew along with other clubs, each and every experience has been a special one among my CV family. If there's one thing to take away from these past 4 years, it's that being involved and putting in your best effort will lead to great experience and accomplishment. Eleanor Roosevelt once asked, "What could we accomplish if we knew we could not fail?" That's why I encourage you to step out of your comfort zone, get involved, and find your people. There may be some of you that didn't feel like you found your place at Campo, and that's okay. I urge you to find community wherever your journey takes you next, or even better, help be that community for someone else. These past 4 years at Campo, or even if you've been here for less, have helped pave the way as we step into our next phase of life. I will always be forever grateful for my CV family. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I'm so proud of us. Now, please welcome to the stage our next speaker, Haley Hedrick, one of our academic speakers for this evening.
Good evening, parents, faculty, family, friends, and the reason we're all here today, the graduating class of 2024. My name is Haley Hedrick, and I've been granted the honor of speaking before all of you today. But I could not have made it here without the help and support from so many. For one, my dad, for always putting up with my late nights studying. Thank you for being so patient with me as I would be at Panera more than our own home some nights. My friends, for respecting the time and dedication I put into my grades. Thank you for always supporting my endeavors regarding school. My teachers, thank you for being so understanding that I will retake my assessments until I am satisfied. And my Aunt Becky and Uncle Dave for being my biggest supporters despite being 2,000 miles away. Thank you. It is hard to believe that just 4 years ago, we began our high school journey. From the wise words of those seniors our freshman year, high school goes by so quick, and these will be the fastest 4 years you experience. Being the naive freshmen we were, we assumed there was little truth behind these statements, because it is not until you put on that green cap and gown that you register it is our turn now. It is our turn to pick out those princess or superhero backpacks for our final year in hopes to grasp on to the last bits of our childhood as it slips through our fingers. Our turn to experience all the last. The last first day of school where we must pick out our first day of school outfit and you cannot fall asleep because you were so anxious to begin. The last coyote time, last pep assembly where we always knew what door the MCs would run out of, and even the last school dance where there was 99% moshing and maybe 1% dancing. And our turn to say goodbye to our usual, everyday lives and take a leap into the real world. Adjusting to a new norm, one that is not with those surrounding and supporting us today, but one we must embark on our own. We all took a different journey throughout these past 4 years, and will continue on a unique path as we venture out. But one thing is for sure, we all made it here today. Whether you were running to the finish line or crawling to it due to the immense senioritis we all experienced, we did it. And I ask you all to be so proud of yourselves, because sitting here today is an amazing accomplishment, and I am so proud of you. As for my journey, it was an academic one, and one that requires the sacrifice of time, as I'm sure many of you guys sacrificed as well. What is hard about time is that it is one of the only definite things in life. We are granted about 720 days in high school, and it is up to you to decide what to do with those days. I can recall many times I would give up hanging out with my friends in order to preserve my math grade, studying for hours upon hours the night before a test, and other times choosing to hang out with my friends, go to the basketball game, then of course get in and out our canes, talk for another hour or two, and finally come home and study. In turn, I would show up to school with negative sleep, because those moments were what made high school bearable and enjoyable. Some of the choices I made, I regretted. I regret not saying yes to every football game or hangout, because it is not until that last hangout that you wish you could go back and attend every single one, as you understand that we are running out of time with some of the best people in our lives. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I also regret not staying home and studying when I knew that Miss Baum's math test was going to be something I needed to ace. Wishing I had more time to cram all that information into my brain. I sometimes would find myself asking, were these sacrifices necessary? Could I have used my time more wisely? But it's hard to determine whether or not the right choice was made because it is impossible to know the what if of the outcome. It is equally as hard not to live in regret. If you live in regret, you will constantly dwell in the past and never be able to focus on the time you are experiencing now. I ask you guys to rid yourselves of the burden you carry. The burden of feeling like you missed out on things or did not make the right decision, because only then will you be free. Our high school lives are now in the past, and there's nothing we can do about that. Now, we must focus on what is next. Our futures are within our reach now, and we can take our growth and experiences we have gained from Campo Verde and apply this to the next big chapter of our lives. So as this next chapter unfolds, use your time you've been blessed with wisely. Make the time to prioritize the special people in your life. Take the time to keep up with the passion, whether that is art, music, sports, academics, family, whatever it is important to not just focus on one thing in your life. Try not to get too caught up in work and appreciate the little and beautiful things that are offered to each and every one of us. Because pretty soon, our future kids will treat our graduation year, 2024, as we did our parents, ancient. So instead, do not let time slip past you, as it has a sly way of doing so. I would like to thank Ms. Plunk for teaching me how to analyze songs, which leads me into my final thought. Billy Joel sings the song Vienna, and in the song he says, "Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you want to be before your time." Vienna is a metaphor for growing older. If you take the time to slow down and appreciate the good life offers, you will find yourself to be much more content with yourself and your life. So do not rush life, accept all that it has to offer, the ups, the downs, the good and the bad, and push yourself to be the best version of yourself you can be. And again, class of 2024, I'm so beyond proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations to us. Thank you. Next, we would like to welcome Alma Joy Obanaya, our academic and Coyote Excellence recipient.
Good evening, parents, faculty, and staff in the Campo Verde graduating class of 2024. My name is Alma Joy Obanaya, but most people just call me Joy. Before I start, I feel that I would be doing a great disservice to the people in my life if I only came up here to talk about myself. I want to shine a light upon all of those who have impacted me and made me who I am today. First, I want to thank my amazing mother. She's guided me through life, and it's by her example that I found the courage to work towards my goals without fear of failure. Mom, you're my inspiration for everything, and I don't know how I would do it without you. Thank you for being my compass through this life. To my siblings, thank you for serving as reminders that I will never be alone as long as I am an Obanaya. I love you. To the teachers who are willing to listen to me rant about the pile of work that I waited to do until the last minute, and to the faculty that I've never had actual conversations with but still know my name and greet me with a smile every time I see them in the halls, thank you. I want to extend a thank you to Mr. Dumas for truly emphasizing the importance of the voice of the student body, listening to our concerns, and making it clear that we matter. To the people who don't get enough recognition for the work they put in behind the scenes, the custodial staff, the nice ladies in the front office, Mrs. Dumas, and everyone in between, thank you. Each and every one of you made my high school experience better, and I cannot emphasize that enough. And finally, I'd like to thank all my friends in the audience tonight. I'm a better person because I know you, and I want you to remember that regardless of where we end up after we leave this field tonight as high school graduates, whether that be running a cattle farm in South Dakota or scaling the French Alps, I'll always be your biggest fan. Every year I grow, I'm reminded of how precious this life is. Thank you all for helping me fill it up with so much love. Your kind words and constant support mean everything to me. Class of 2024. Today we close a chapter of our high school journeys. Journeys that began in a way none of us could have imagined. Freshman year, a rite of passage into young adulthood was stolen by a world holding its breath in the face of a global pandemic. We were told to keep our eyes open because we were living through history, which is of course easier said than done once you take into account that most of us were still trying to wrap our heads around the quadratic formula. Remembering the pressure we experienced, I can't help but be reminded of the story of Icarus. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the story, a father and his son, Daedalus and Icarus, were held captive by King Minos in Crete, and Daedalus created wings for him and his son to escape the labyrinth within which they were kept prisoner. Icarus used his wings to flee, but got so caught up in the thrill of being free, he flew too close to the sun, and his story came to a close. It is said that Icarus's wings were both his freedom and his restraint. They gave him the ability to fly while inflating his expectations of what he deemed fit to happen to him. We've all spent these 4 years turning Campo Verde into our sanctuary, a place not just for academics, but a haven to discover who we were while the world struggled to put itself back together. Campo sheltered us as we tested our wings, reminding us of the boundaries and reality present in the real world that the fairy tales always seem to leave out. There were moments, I'm sure, where we all felt it, the pressure to excel, to meet expectations, both personal and those we perceived from others. We were thrust into a world of uncertainty and unforeseen burdens that told us that if we did not soar, we were destined to fail. The lesson of Icarus, however, does not lie only in his ascent, but also in the fragility of his wings, a symbol of our own human limitations. I remember pulling all-nighters and deliriously calculating hypothetical percentages that I needed to achieve on assignments to maybe, just maybe, obtain what I thought was a satisfactory grade. I constructed an idealized image of myself that I could never attain and drove myself mad, a platonic conception that nobody was expecting of me because I convinced myself that if I didn't climb higher and higher, it was only a matter of time before I fell. What both Icarus and I, and I'm sure many of the rest of us, failed to realize in our attempts at ascension is just how unforgiving the sun can be if we fly too close to it. If we spend our days criticizing who we are or who we used to be, struggling to get to the next version of ourselves, we run the risk of plummeting into the depths of exhaustion, our wings singed by the unrelenting flames of self-imposed expectations. Just as Icarus's wings melted and he fell to the earth, we too will encounter moments of failure and disappointment. But we need to remember that just as his fall did not define him, our shortcomings do not define us either. These are the moments that give us opportunities to rise, rebuild, and emerge stronger and wiser. We've faced moments of vulnerability when the wax of doubt and the feathers of uncertainty threatened to hinder our flight, yet it is precisely in those moments that we discovered our inner strength. We faced rigorous coursework, navigated complex social dynamics, and grappled with the fact that we will never get to experience a freshman year homecoming dance. At times, it felt like the sun's heat upon Icarus's wings, testing our limits and causing us to question our ability to soar. But let's not forget that constraints only cultivate our resilience. It's these very constraints that gave us the tools we needed to break free from the pull of uncertainty. And we did it. We survived the unknown. and in its place, a new kind of strength emerged. Together, we sent multiple teams to state and national championships and came back with so much gold, Midas would be jealous. Together, we set a record for the most AP tests taken in the history of Campo Verde. Together, we made Campo into an A-plus school of excellence. Most importantly, somewhere along the way, we stopped being classmates and became a family. We learned to navigate uncertainty, to find strength and connection, and to use our phones to check our reflections when our bathroom mirrors were taken away from us sophomore year. Today, as we stand on the edge of our futures, these wings we carry are no longer a burden, but a symbol of our everlasting potential. We may be leaving the familiar confines of high school behind, but we do not venture into the unknown alone. Class of 2024, let us embrace the challenges ahead with the same resilience and determination that brought us to this moment. As we spread our wings and soar into the horizon, let us never forget the strength we discovered through our time here. Congratulations, graduates, and here's to us.
Let's give one final round of applause to all of our academic and Coyote Excellence recipients. Hello, campus students, staff, family, and friends. My name is Adam Moon, and I have the honor to introduce our next speaker. Not only is he a Jayhawks, Chiefs, and family man, but also Campo's very own principal. Mr. Dumas is many things. Some include being a community member of over 20 years, an advocate, and a leader of our campus. He brings a unique approach to leadership with his coaching background, which is all about the approach, strategy, and building of a culture. He brings that loyalty and strong tradition to our campus and sees the value in a team effort through listening and engaging with every player. Before I move forward, I have to shout out to Miss Dumas. Not only is she an honorary Campo Crazy, the wife of Mr. Dumas, but she is also now a staff member of Campo Verde. If she hasn't made it abundantly clear, the Dumas family has been close friends of mine, so close in fact that they were once my neighbors. It is with my honor that I introduce the Mr. Tyler Dumas to the stage.
Good evening, and welcome to Campo Verde High School's graduation ceremony for the class of 2024. I'm honored to serve as the principal of Campo Verde High School. I would like to take a moment to thank the Campo Verde staff and our parents for their continued support and dedication. In addition, I would like to recognize Assistant Principal Ms. Erica Duckett and her assistant Kat Jones for their tireless efforts in organizing our graduation ceremony. I would also like to thank our Performing Arts Department and ROTC for the performances and support tonight. Gilbert Public Schools Assistant Superintendent Dr. Jason Martin, Executive Director Dr. Joyce Jacobs, and Governing Board Member Jill Humphreys are joining us this evening. We greatly appreciate all the support we receive from our district leadership and Governing Board. I believe strongly in honoring traditions. The traditional process of selecting our valedictorian and salutatorian changed district-wide for the class of 2024. Due to the change, we could not determine the students' final GPA until this past Tuesday afternoon, when final grades were submitted for seniors. This dramatically complicated our process, and the timeline change impacted our tradition of recognizing these students at different celebrations and through the media. Traditionally, they would also speak at graduation alongside the Coyote Excellence Award winners. Subsequently, we moved to a different process to select our speakers for this evening. We still desire to honor their accomplishments and offset the changes to our traditions by having both of them come up on stage this evening, receive recognition, and be presented with an award honoring their achievement. Will our valedictorian, Joy Obanaya, and our salutatorian, Katie Cole, please join me on the dais. As Katie and Joy make their way up to join us, I want to share some information about their journey and their future. Both Katie and Joy excel academically and are well-rounded students. Katie has an exceptional 4.68 GPA. Throughout her 4 years on our campus, she has never earned a grade lower than an A. She has also been an important member of our nationally recognized band program, where she is a member of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Katie will be attending Northern Arizona University and majoring in education. In a few years, Katie, I'll be reaching out about a math position. Joy's 4.73 GPA placed her at the top of the class of 2024. She's been involved in service organizations across our campus. Joy is a president of the National Honor Society, a member of the Link Crew, a representative in student council. She even ran the shot clock during basketball games and volunteered as a basketball team manager. She is seemingly everywhere. Joy will attend the University of Arizona and pursue a degree in neuroscience and cognitive science. Please join me in recognizing them again on this outstanding accomplishment. All right. Straight down. Class of 2024, I feel privileged to have the opportunity to offer some final words of wisdom before you take that next step. Throughout the year, I noted things about your journey that stand out to me. In my notes are quotes and ideas from things I've heard or read, interactions and conversations I've been a part of or others have shared with me. I can typically put it all together fairly easily, and it flows into what I want to say, but not this year. See, class of 2024, you gave more ideas, you gave more quotes, more interactions, more connections than I could put all together. So in my frustration with the writing process, I crumpled up a piece of paper and stepped away for a moment. By step away, I meant I picked up my phone and started to look at social media, got into my notes a little bit. But all of a sudden, when I jumped into my notes, I had this obscure little note that was a standalone. That note said, "The message doesn't need to be complicated." See, while it was meant for something else, the timing was just impeccable. My struggle was that I was trying to tell a story when in reality the class of 2024 is a story. I will be the first to say I would like to move past COVID. Put it in the past, learn from it, experiences, successes, mistakes, just move on. The issue is the class of 2024, as you've heard this evening, started with COVID. Their first experience of high school was a WebEx classroom, no athletics, no means to socialize in person, no way to understand the culture, and no way to learn how to do things here, which we call the Campo way. Eventually, they would come to hybrid learning, with A to L coming one day and M to Z coming the next. One-way hallways, group work and collaboration were gone. Buzz classrooms were in. We had masks. Sometimes we didn't have masks. While this class was brought back in person during the second semester, it wasn't a normal experience, but it was your reality. As we finished out the year, things continued to move closer to normal. And by their sophomore year, they were able to get the experience that they deserved. I've been worried about this class since they were freshmen. Behind the scenes, we noticed the shift of students going from full-time online to in-person and back, and then for some back again, and for others again. The movement set many students towards being deficient in credits. This group had challenges assimilating into a normal high school routine. So we were worried about their overall well-being and their ability to be successful in earning the credits needed to join us this evening. We realized that this could keep students from having the opportunity to graduate, and it is profoundly, and a student's opportunity to graduate is profoundly impacted by their success during their freshman year. While we saw a graduation dip across the state last year for the class of 2023, I believe we'll see another this year for the class of 2024. These 470 graduates here this evening have leaned in and found a way to make it happen. Although my calculations are very rough, or our calculations are very rough, I believe that sitting with us tonight is 95% of the class on the field this evening. My projection earlier this year was that it would be close to 100%. It's a testament to the work that has been put in and overcome challenges you have overcome for the past 4 years. But that is this group. I can step over here. That's this group. They learned resiliency, grit, and all those other fancy words that mean that they were taught or that they were tough and they found their way through the challenges and they won. I see the future every day. Well, while it may be a small sample size compared to the rest of the valley, state, or country, they give me hope. I have no fear for the future. They are great young adults. Among us sit tattoo artists, plumbers, electricians, some going to serve in the military, some going to serve on a mission, some engineers, teachers, and entrepreneurs, just to name a few vocations that you'll be heading into, including I know a few of your vocation will be gap year. But do that well. These students have learned how to find a way. They work in service of others. This class exemplifies what it means to be selfless, authentic, and to focus on the greater good. Let me start with some of their accomplishments. The class of 2024, during their time at Campo, you have earned several distinctions, honestly too many for me to recognize individually. Your community service during this school year has exceeded an astonishing 15,944 hours. On our campus this year, CV students have earned 1,744 dual enrollment credits. While we will soon find out the total number of AP credits earned, we do know that CV students have set another school record by taking 1,079 AP tests this spring, an increase of over 200 tests from last year. 152 students have earned a certificate or endorsement through their CTE program, and 7 students have committed to serve our country by enlisting in the military. Academically, you have earned $14.4 million in scholarships. I want to clarify that scholarship amount for everyone that's here tonight because it's still growing. And this is the amount the class of 2024 has actually accepted, not the total of what has been offered. It's an amazing accomplishment, and we just recently found out that it's the highest in Gilbert Public Schools. You've led us to be recognized as one of the top schools in Arizona by U.S. News & World Report. You've been celebrated nationally at the state level for your accomplishments in the performing arts, through our outstanding CTE programs and our clubs, such as Radiate, Student Council, Link Crew, Key Club, ROTC, and the National Honor Society, just to name a few. You've earned multiple championships, both collectively and individually, in athletics, activities, and academic performances. Many of you view me as stoic or reserved, which I fully understand given my role. Others of you don't have any idea who I am, and you wish I would hurry up. I want to make it clear for everyone that I do not hand out false praise. I reserve praise when it is well-deserved. And this group and that message of where they're at is simply this. I authentically mean that they are the story. I'll give you an example, a personal example. 2 weeks ago, my doorbell rang. One of my adult children yelled for my wife and I and said, "It's for us," which I'm sure that all of you parents out there know that someone is selling something at the door. I slowly started moving towards the door, and I intentionally let my wife outrace me. I could see through the side window that it was one of our seniors, Mitchell. He had a black trash bag. And I saw the confused look on his eyes when my wife opened the door. I also think he may have taken a step or two back. But I also saw that his face was processing that if Mrs. Dumas lives here, I think that Mr. Dumas probably lives here too. So when I walked out, I asked him if they were washing windows. But before I could do anything else, up ran Luca and Maddox. You see, through our conversation, I learned that this group of young men were taking their truck and picking up shoes for our PE department's service project, Souls for Souls. Family, my 2-year-old grandson, my rest of my family grabbed some shoes, brought them in and gave them to him. After we gathered the shoes and they collected the truckload, I was so impressed that 3 seniors, 2 weeks before graduation, would on their own go out and collect shoes for this cause. Serving in a neat, selfless manner for a greater good when most of us would be thinking about summer. See, that's where this group is. That's one of many examples of the class of 2024. So there's a Haitian proverb I recently stumbled upon. It's called, "Beyond mountains, there are mountains." Tonight you stand atop the mountain, looking around, taking everything in, and celebrating the view while reflecting on your accomplishments. See, look off into the distance and see the next mountain. Tomorrow you begin that journey. Just like descending into a mountain, it will be challenging. You will have to pace yourself, and there will be many factors that determine your pace. But don't stop. As you ascend the new mountain, now you have know that you've done it before. Realize that the lessons you've learned here on your side of this journey are going to pay off. Do it with the same mindset, humbly and service, and seek wisdom and discernment. Most importantly, find a way to do it together. So earlier this evening, or just a few minutes ago, Adam introduced me. He shared that we used to be neighbors, but I want to add that Adam was an infant at that time, so we didn't run around. But I want to share a story about his dad. See, we all moved, as we lived together, or lived across the street from each other, my wife and I decided we needed a bigger house, so we decided to move. When we did, I was talking to Adam's dad, and I said, "We'll get together, we'll hang out, we'll do things." And pretty simply, he said, "No, we won't." And he was right. Life would take us to new neighbors, different schools, different sports, and a different place in life. He quickly followed that statement up with this, though: "That's okay." Again, he was right. See, many of you have been together since kindergarten. You are all moving to new houses, new neighborhoods, new phases of life. It won't be the same, but that's okay. Because when you know someone well enough, you'll be able to make sure that you can catch up with them at any point in time. So down the road, as things change, when you greet each other, take it back to when you were here on this field and the 4 years that you spent together. There will be a lot of that as you move forward in life, reconnecting, being excited to see the success of others as they experience life, and supporting those who need support when they need it the most. That's the Campo way, and you exemplify it. You live it, and the world will be a better place if you continue to find a way to duplicate it. I will give the classes of 22 and 23, my first 2 years here, credit for helping to navigate the return of the Campo way and the values and beliefs of the CV family. But I wholeheartedly believe that the class of 2024 has finalized that process. I see a group of young adults who have navigated challenges that no other class has had to overcome. You're better for the experience, and we're all better because of you. I speak for the entire CV family when I congratulate you and thank you for all you've done during your time here. Congratulations, class of 2024.
down and out. When you're on the street, my Lord, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you.
I'll take your part. Oh, when darkness comes.
When darkness comes
And pain is all around.
like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. I'll be your bridge or troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge or troubled water. I will lay me down.
Sail on, silver girl.
Sail on, silver girl.
Sail on by.
Sail on by.
Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you ever need a friend, look around, I'm sailing right behind.
Like a bridge over troubled water, I will ease your mind. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will ease your mind. I'll be your bridge or troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge or troubled water. I will lay me down, lay me down.
And now, graduates, the moment has arrived. Ms. Humphreys. Ms. Humphreys, as a representative of the governing board, I am privileged to confirm that the graduates before you have completed directed coursework, have met all requirements as prescribed by the state of Arizona and Gilbert Public Schools, and are therefore eligible for graduation from Campo Verde High School. Ms. Humphreys, it is with great pride and pleasure that I present the graduating class of 2024.
Thank you, Mr. Dumas. On behalf of the state of Arizona and Gilbert Public Schools Governing Board, it is my pleasure and honor to accept these students as graduates and authorize Campo Verde High School to present them with their diplomas as graduating members of the class of 2024. Graduates, you have been given the gift of a high-quality public education so that you can pursue your dreams, participate in democracy, provide for your family, and give back to your community. We thank the educators who have helped these students reach this important milestone, and we thank the community for their support of Gilbert Public Schools. Coyotes, we wish you every success in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Ethan John Ferber.
Hannah Elizabeth Bates.
Emerson Grace Reed.
Mia Bell Frank.
Gierge Christian Rarianu.
Samantha K. Carrier.
Haley Alyssa Hedrick.
Alama Joy Obanaya.
Adam Michael Moon.
Isabella Anderson.
Kaylee Nicole Glenn.
Leah Nicole Spindell.
Clara Laree Jones.
Talon Ryan Kennedy.
Andrew Parker Mask.
Talon Marie Sanders.
Connor Alexander Kappel.
Tyler Jean Resch.
Carter Douglas Chipman.
Sierra Bethany Dane.
Alexander James Merrill.
Jonathan Edward Schaefer.
Trevi Noel Thompson.
Katie Mavis Cole.
Jessica Jana Anderson.
Daisy Alessandra Arellano.
Melody Ann Berlin.
Janice May Bagley.
Christopher David Barrett.
Lena Sitali Batista.
Nathaniel Charles Blake.
Amelia Camacho.
Sadie Sonnet Bolton.
Abigail Mary Cott.
Andrew John Brooks.
Natalie Carol Drake.
Jasmine Karina Couliard.
Jackson Nicholas Foote.
Carly Virginia DeRuin.
Michael Gregory Hannes.
Lex Donovan Fernandez.
Ashley Rebecca Merzuski.
Carter Jason Hughes.
Elizabeth Lynn Nealon.
Haley June Kaufman.
Benjamin Robert Norton.
Braden Neldon Penrose Matkin.
Riley May O'Leary.
James Todd McKendrick.
Julia Christine Payne.
Rachel Claire Nolan.
Adriana Isabel Pinion.
Caleb Joseph Parker.
Lindsay Nevea Ray.
Alexander Emmanuel Porter.
Keely Elise Williams.
Caden John Power.
Sydney Renelle Aker.
Jacob Antonio Ramirez.
Eric Thomas Allen.
Anthony John Ritz.
Kelson James Allen.
Riley Marie Spence.
Easton Robert Almeida.
Scott Cale Thatcher.
Natalie Renee Alonzo.
Eunice Abigail Pauli Valdez.
Cohen Thomas Aliyah.
Jude Hatham El Shalabi.
Greta Arduino.
Jaden Avi Anaya.
Mario Enrique Arroyo Rosas.
Cole Larry Armstrong.
Dyson Alexander Aschenbrenner.
Max Andres Arroyos.
Jordan Ashley Atcides.
Paige Ellison Atkins.
Timothy Austin.
Caitlin Marine Atwood.
Layla Rose Backy.
Larasati Sakar Ayaningtius.
Rico Christopher Baldy.
Jackson Rafferty Bailey.
Kelsey Megan Bartlett.
Hannah Elizabeth Marie Ballerino.
Aaron Christopher Barnhart.
Benjamin James Barnes.
Caleb Sterling Barano.
Nicholas Andrew Barr.
Brooke Victoria Beach.
Tice Dallin Baum.
Jonathan Talon Beckham.
Lorenzo Arabi Beam.
Nevea Marie Beltran.
Gia Beatty.
Owen Baird Berquist.
Lauren Elena Bennett.
Jordan Jameson Bisa.
Skylar Sydney Iveline Bermudez.
Natalie Rose Bacchino.
Lillian Elizabeth Blank.
Alyssa Marie Boyle.
Cameron Liel Bradford.
Claire Bradford.
Troy Justin Brazil.
Reese Michelle Brokerhoff.
Marissa Brown.
Savannah Lee Brown.
Sophia Elaine Brown.
Evan Michael Brunick.
Gunnar Scott Bryant.
Katie Emma Buell.
Isabella Esmeralda Bullock.
Vivian Alexandra Bowles.
Micah Joseph Burge.
Kaylee Michelle Burgess.
Olivia Evelyn Burns.
Matthew Francis Cagney.
Alessandra Michelle Calderon.
Kaylin Vienne Call.
Sienna Devin Callahan.
Connor James Cameron.
Avery Nicole Campbell.
Elisa Campos.
Ryan Austin Caputo.
Brianna Sasana Cardenas.
Bella Alexis Carlion.
Mateo Alexander Carrera.
Chase Anthony Cashin.
Cade Kenneth Kassler.
Kaylee Lane Castleton.
Carolina Ceccarelli.
Kira Anastasia Cedillos.
Miranda Chires.
Malachi Dupree Chapman.
Levi Alexander Chaplin Payne.
Bella Lynn Clancy.
Yeretzi Emirani Chavez.
Samantha Joe Koch.
Gannon James Clarkson.
Anthony James Cole.
Jamie Aaliyah Cogswell.
Liam Garrison Colgan.
Hunter McNeil Cole.
Savannah Rose Comfort.
Taylor Michelle Collett.
Caleb Thomas Cooper.
Lucas Isaac Consecao.
Annalie Cordero Gonzalez.
Connor Aaron Capo.
Lucas Warren Cranmer.
Isaiah Koss.
Eric Michael Cusimano.
Ryan James Courtwright.
Dominic Michael D'Ambrosio.
Evelyn Lily Chaki.
Raylyn Cooper De Silva.
Joshua Aaron Cusimano.
Olivia Faith Alice DeGraff.
Justin Robert Danielson.
Alyssa Christine Dennis.
Sophia Natalia Dayton.
Alexa Ann D'Souza.
Sky Renee DeKnight.
Emerson Blue Dorcas Lipford.
Amy Catherine DePalma.
Rayleigh Mary Downing.
Raina Ann DiBiase.
Samuel David Earl.
Gabrielle Marissa Dow.
Corbin Joseph Ellis.
Mia Jeanette Duclos.
Leah Marie Enriquez.
David Ryan Dutton II.
Jorge Manuel Escalante Lopez.
Jaden Raul Eliseche.
Michael Esquivel.
Noah William Engler.
Jalen Hugga Etzity.
Gilberto Rafael Escalante.
Hayden James Fairservice.
Rafael Salvador Esparza.
Juan Alejandro Felix.
Brandon Daniel Estrada.
Yahir Alexis Flores.
Caterino Joshua Faber.
Taylor Page Foster.
Zachary Matthew Flora.
Annabelle Lee Elizabeth Fry.
Bailey Shea Foot.
Saria Gandera.
Dianalia Sitlali Franco.
Caitlin Anna Garay.
Enrique Joaquin Galvez.
Maya Gasparetti.
Renee Elizabeth Ganstrom.
Kira Gothrop.
Jesse James Garcia.
Sarah Janangeli.
Addison Ray Gavigan.
Noah Bryson Giles.
Abby Lynn Geither.
Marina Christine Glasscock.
Peyton Nicole Gibby.
Heather Renee Gonzalez.
Natalie Grace Hines.
Jeremiah Douglas Green.
Jaden Kimberly Go.
Cole Robert Griffin.
Eric Deverell Gray Jr.
Megan Elizabeth Grote.
Ella Ann Gergich.
Rachel Branda Gervitz.
Owen Scott Grimsley.
Jackson Richard Hale.
Damon Shade Gura.
Hunter J. Hansen.
Patience Leanne Haygood.
Seth Douglas Hansen.
Melanie Helena Hammond.
Abbott Louise Harrington.
Mitchell Jason Hamrock.
Kira Renee Harting.
Bo David Hanson.
Maximo William Healy.
Andrew Robert Harmon.
Shaylin Nicole Hedges.
Kellen Jeffrey Harris.
Alexander Earl Henderson.
Dylan Carter Headings.
Taylor Morgan Heron.
Shannon Lee Healy.
Jonas Solomon Hidalgo.
Hayden Charles Heinrichs.
Gunnar Ray Hill.
Michaela Hermida Vasquez.
Peyton Lawrence Herchert.
Giselle Nikki Herrera.
Kenley Marie Horton.
Brianne Daly Hilleman.
Jackson Kenneth Howland.
David Cole Hinchy.
Timothy George Hurley.
Brenton Edward Hodges.
Darian Hannah Hurst.
Jaden Daniel Huel.
Christian Renee Insunza Morones.
Natalie Ann Huddart.
Gianmarco Isidore.
Elizabeth Therese Hirsch.
Kelsey Lynn Jammel.
Sophia Rose Hutton.
Rami Stephen Jurgis.
Victoria Elizabeth Ireland.
Julia Lene Johnson.
Hans Finney Jacob.
Hayden Ernest Jolly.
Kalina Marie Jansen.
Joshua Andrew Jones.
Naomi Ilona Johnson.
Kainoa Iacona Dennis Chianini.
Grace Indigo Johnston.
Haley Renee Kelly.
Oren Spencer Jones.
Roland James Kennedy.
Kylie Victoria Kapuris.
Nathan Warren Kirby.
Blake Michael Kelly.
Audrey Lynn King.
David Patrick Keogh.
Sean Ryan King.
Kyla Lene Kim.
Alexis Ann Klein.
Kayla Michelle King.
Alicia Charlize Knott.
Tristan Orion Klein.
Sadie Mae Krazan.
Maxwell Danger Klett.
Vivian Lamb.
John Parker Krebs.
Zachary Brian Langford.
Ireland Jade Lachans.
Dylan Adam Lawless.
Bastian Stidavini Langford.
Alexa K. Leach.
Kylie Marie Lassiter.
Parker Easton Lemus.
Nicole Marie Leach.
Oscar Leogon Arenas.
Carter Presley Leland.
Sienna Kaylee Lowe.
Blake Thor Liedberg.
Cole Cameron McDonald.
Lauren Reese Lindenmeyer.
Jaden Marmaleos.
London Amelia Lowmiller.
Isaac Blair Mathers.
Selena Angel Lopez Ochoa.
Tyler James Matheson.
Isabella Mia Loyola.
Harmony Nevea McLean.
Paul Nicholas Mackey.
Tegan Marie McKevitt.
Christopher Jacob Marnelos.
Andrew Boyd McSpadden.
Anita Matthew.
Albert Justin Mendoza.
Zachary Michael Matlin.
Sarah Jan Metcalf.
Allison Marie McCrae.
Joseph Francis Miller.
Victor Antonio McMorrin.
Kennedy Ann Mitchell.
Riley May McTighe.
Carter Owen Montag.
Corbin Leander Meredith.
Reagan Ashley Montoya.
Tanner Jackson Miller.
Paige Anna Marie Moore.
Kirsten Andres Miller Jackson.
Sophia Annalie Morales.
Ellie Ann Molstead.
Jillian Jordan Moen.
Brooklyn Lee Montgomery.
Seville Rose Moyes.
Brock Thomas Moody.
Christian Daniel Muscarella.
Milo Scott Moorhead.
Antares Myers.
Catherine Ivy Mowat.
Jericho Sebastiani Nipukpan.
Madeline Summer Moen.
Hector Wen.
Madison Nicole Murphy.
Braden Avery Otis.
Avery Grace Myers.
Keenan Kieve Ehu Oda.
Porni Nairanen.
Daniel Michael Oliveira.
Miranda G. Newser.
Viene Adriana Ortega Mustian.
Jake Anthony Nowak.
Ashlyn Marie Osborne.
Annabelle Grace Ochoa.
Ashley Denisa Pasca,
Haley Georgia Oldham,
Mina Bo Pavi,
Jacarter Jaden Orbegozo,
Savannah Janae Perovich,
Jacob Ryan Ortiz,
Maddox Christopher Pierce,
Matthew Joseph Panzica,
Ella Grace Pacula,
Savannah Elizabeth Pescitti,
Saren Amari Porto,
Tegan Marie Paw,
Wyatt Tyler Prey,
Alexander Scott Perry,
Victor Fatu Pele Puafua Jr.,
Lane Jason Perry,
Sergio Andres Quiroga Velarde,
Chloe Danielle Pierce Miller,
Ronan Aaron Matthew Radway,
Ashley Tyler Pinion,
Richard Isaiah Ramos,
Chase Thomas Pratchard,
Sydney Ann Rollins,
Slade Mitchell Preble,
Alyssa Marie Ryman,
Drew Farrell Putnam,
Madison Marie Rising,
Isaiah Diego Quirdos,
Taylor Rose Rivetta,
Madison Elizabeth Rayner,
Lee Lawrence Ricks,
Annalise Marie Rathman,
Craig Wayne Ricks,
Avery Ellen Redden,
Danae Elise Rios,
Jenna Elizabeth Reiser,
Luke Tiancum Roberts,
Brendan Todd Relkin,
Agnes Elaine Robinson,
Isabella Noel Rico,
Isabella Nicole Ruffoni,
Caitlin Marie Roberts,
Tanner Franklin Rule,
Ty Aaron Robertson,
Francesca Saadi,
Ava Simone Roll,
Jarrett Allen Sanchez,
Nivea Marie Rosenthal,
Logan Anthony Scrima,
Natalie Ann Rushmeyer,
Sydney Kalen Shaw,
Jasmine Luciani Sabian Paz,
Ella Marie Sewin,
Timane Shane Salima,
Annalise Lene Seiler,
Ryan Thomas Schultz,
Ryan Nelson Silvera,
Priyanka Paul Sethi,
Bryn Helen Kathleen Simon,
Jude Patrick Sheehan,
Chloe Sophia Smith,
Gavin Robert Celine,
Ryan Gerald Snowball,
Eric Silva,
Nicholas Edgar Sosa,
Leighton Grace Simmons,
Olivia Faye Stack,
Jordan William Situ,
Michael Vaughn Williams Stokes,
Brinley Ray Smith,
Jackson Paul Stubblefield,
Megan Jade Son,
Tanner Kenneth Sutherland,
Gabrielle Grace Spector,
Cash Lee Tappan,
Drew William Spicer,
Haley Elise Thomas,
William Evan Stecker,
Jaden Elijah Trigg,
Kelly Elizabeth Streeter,
Ethan Cash Tuttle,
Remy Ray Stubbs,
Aiden Thomas Valles,
Chesney Elizabeth Schwartz,
Tala Noelani Lenore Vasquez,
Soren Nathan Tyre,
Garrett Lane Villanueva,
Monica Diana Torres,
Valen Gerardo Villarreal,
Tamron Marie Tucker,
Garrett Thompson Walsh,
Embry Afton Udall,
Kyle David Watts,
Adair Grace Van Tile,
Haley Cherie Weslowski,
Lily Jane Vernon,
Matthew Chase West,
Samuel Ray Villarreal,
Grace Jean Wilford,
Gracie Noel Walczewski,
Madison Esther Wilson,
Tyler Amari Washington,
Zachary James Wisniewski,
Ashley Elizabeth Watson,
Emily Carol Wright,
Maya Jolie Went,
Alessandra Maxine Zoyhovsky,
Adeline Ann West,
Luca Nikola Zupek,
Lee Ann Westbury, Owen Larry Williams, Emma May Wolverton, Tania Jorday Young, Dakota Diane Zuniga, Adric Isaiah Rajendra Rosales, Julian Jose Rueda Savinenda,
Thank you, Mr. Dumas, Dr. Joyce Jacobs, Dr. Jason Martin, and board member Jill Humphreys for celebrating the class of 2024. The time is almost near when we get to move our tassels over to the left, signifying our next stages of learning as adults. But before that, here are a few reminders. Graduates, we will egress off the football field into the practice field directly after the fireworks end. Family and friends, meet us by the big gym and get ready for, meet us on the practice field and get ready for some photo opportunities located by the big gym. And now for the senior class. Let's give a loud welcome to our senior class president who will close out our graduation ceremony. Please welcome my good friend Kaylee Glenn to the stage.
Good evening, class of 2024. This is a time to reflect on our high school years. From writing hags in our kindergarten yearbooks to receiving our high school diplomas, more has changed than the height of the tick marks on the far side of the door. On our first day at Campo Verde High School, we were 14 or 15 years old, walking through the gate and into the courtyard for the first time. With much apprehension, we began the journey of high school. We were scared, nervous, excited, and had no idea what the future would hold for us. We were told to take in every moment as our years on this campus would fly by. Little did we know just how fast it would go. Over the past few years, we have grown as both individuals and as a class, constantly changing into the people we are today. Through good times and bad times, we have been there for each other, supported each other, and grown together. From Zoom calls I know many of us slept through, to hybrid learning, FNL games, prank games, and awful parking, state championships, classes with our favorite teachers, Assassin's Purge nights, Powder Puff, and may I say dances with DJs who never played the song Stuco requested. We have created memories that will last a lifetime. We have adapted and grown into the beautiful, connected, loving, adventurous, and giving class that I have come to know and love. However, this didn't come easily. It took time and lots of change. In freshman and sophomore year, we learned our way around campus, made friends, and began to feel comfortable with high school. We may have even grown a few inches taller. However, junior and senior year were the years we truly began to take on responsibility. We have led clubs, taken on leadership roles in sports, work jobs, helped our families with chores or babysitting, applied and committed to colleges, tutored underclassmen, kept up with school, and have acted as role models to the underclassmen that look up to us the way we once looked up to the classes of 21 and 22. We have stayed focused, prepared for the future, and we are now ready to begin the next chapter of our lives. I could not be more proud of the class we have become, the hurdles we have cleared, and the accomplishments we have achieved. Everyone, please look to the person next to you and tell them how proud of them you are. I want you to close your eyes. Transport yourself into Kung Fu Panda. Yes, Kung Fu Panda. You are sitting with Po, the dragon warrior, receiving advice from Master Oogway. You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There is a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Take in this moment. At this time, I would like to thank the teachers, admin, counselors, and CV staff who made all of this possible. We are forever grateful for everything you have done for us and for our school. I would like to thank the friends, family members, and loved ones in the stands tonight. I know it's hot, and this has probably felt like the longest 2 hours of your lives. As for me, I would like to take this time to say thank you to my mom and dad for being my biggest inspiration and my #1 fans. I love you guys. Last, but certainly not least, I would like to recognize our graduating class for all the hard work they have put into receiving their diplomas tonight. All graduating seniors, please stand. Please join me in turning our tassels from the right to the left. It is now time for the traditional cap toss. In 3, 2, 1.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.